Hello, and welcome to the Pricing for the Planet podcast, the podcast that explores the intersection of sustainability and business. Today, I'm super excited because we have a concrete example of this intersection. So, Miko, thank you so much for being here.
Okay, thank you so much, Fabian, for having me here.
Yeah, of course. And Miko, so we have a tradition in this podcast. We start from the end. So what would be the key message you want the audience to remember from this podcast?
Well, I would say that starting a company that where positive impact aligns perfectly with profit it's very much doable. So I'm so happy that we've been making this a reality here with Vapaus. But then again, I do understand that transforming, an old business into something that has a huge positive impact, that's a lot harder. So I'm not taking anything away from all those sustainability people working on like more traditional business areas. But if you start a new company, yeah, no problem. Just make sure that your core product is something that actually creates positive net impact, and then you're good to go.
I think that's a great teaser, Miko. I love that. So maybe for the audience, Miko, maybe if you want to introduce yourself and explain your journey with Vapaus.
Yeah, sure. I'm now 44 years old, ex-consultant turning into an entrepreneur. So I live in Finland. I have a lovely wife and also like 6-year-old daughter. And, she is also like very much the reason why actually the whole company was founded. There's quite a bit of like different layers and phases that actually ended up to the situation where we decided to find this company, but I'll just go through some of them. First of all, as I mentioned, I used to work as a consultant for maybe 10 years or something like that. And it was really super interesting time. It was working with intelligent people on hard tasks and trying to solve some problems and find new products for customers. So I learned like so much during those years. But the thing that started like a bit haunting me as a consultant is that, I can't really choose that what is the project or the company that I'm working for. So every now and then I found myself working on a project where, the core product, like I mentioned before, is something that even if you try to make it as sustainable as possible, it will never create positive net impact to the world. After working on as a consultant for many years, I really started thinking that maybe it would be a perfect time to actually work with something that aligns with my personal values a bit better and make sure that, every morning that I wake up, I don't have to question that, why am I doing this thing? Why am I working for this project? The second thing was that in 2017, my daughter was born, and it was kind of like an emotional moment when I was like holding a baby in my arms, and I'm thinking that someday this girl is probably going to ask me some difficult questions that, hey, Dad, what did you do during the climate crisis? And I really wanted to have like a good answer for that. So that was kind of like the trigger that made me, quit my job as a consultant and then try to come up with something that aligns better with my personal values, and I will definitely have a good answer for my daughter's difficult questions in the future. So that was kind of my moment of choosing my side in the history, that where do I want to stand and what do I want to fight for. And yeah, well, we work with bicycles, and I had like plenty of ideas where to start the business at that point, because in my previous job, I worked with so many different industries that, all sorts of ideas are, piling up in my notebook. But bicycles were just so perfect idea, because is there another product that is so perfect with being good for people's health and being perfect for the health of the planet as well? So it kind of was like easy to start thinking about, is there something that we can actually build around the 200-year-old invention called the bicycle. And at that point, we realized that there's quite a bit of stuff happening in the consumer side. There's new bicycle models coming up. There's just shared city bicycles and all that in the market. But in business to business, there was less. So we really thought that, okay, if we take the bicycle in the business to business context, there could be something. We've had these company cars forever, but what about the company bicycles? What about like benefit bicycles? And then we started like working around that idea. So we came up with shared company fleets. We came up with these benefit bikes and started working on that idea. So right now, basically what we offer is employee benefit bicycles, which is similar to a company car, but obviously it's better in 3 ways. It's good for your health, it's good for the health of the planet, and it's obviously cheaper. So it's kind of like a perfect fit for the ESG goals of any company, really. So in my mind, it's a no-brainer that each company that cares for ESG, that cares for for the employees, should actually offer benefit bicycles as well. And so we've been growing the business for quite a while, and now we're reaching like revenues of plus 30 million last year, and keep on growing. So we're definitely on the right track of aligning the benefit of the planet with profits.
No, it's amazing, and I really like the story around Vapaus, because we are really at the intersection of sustainability and monetization. So big congrats. I think reaching 30 million is a big milestone. So you must be quite excited.
Yeah, I'm weird in that sense that I don't really care about the revenues too much. I'm so value driven here that I'm just so happy that we're pushing the bicycles forward, and then every now and then I look at the revenues and the profit and loss statement. I'm like, okay, wow. But yeah,
Perfect.
we were in a weird situation like a couple of months ago when we were participating the European Startup Prize, and I was pitching. And I told the story of Vapaus. And then in the end, I remembered to say that, and we have revenues of 30 million. There was something like, what? Why didn't you mention it like the first thing?
Well, that's good. I think that's good, because it's quite inspiring for everybody. Like, you can generate revenue, and you can have, very positive impact on the planet. And, a big question for you, Miko, it's like, so you mentioned those 30 million, but so how do you monetize Vapaus? Like, what is the business model behind Vapaus?
Yeah, well, in a nutshell, we're kind of like a leasing company with a circular economy twist. So very simply, you get a bike from us. We send an invoice to your employer once a month, and that's basically how we make money. But what we do differently here is that we have basically tried to make the threshold of offering the benefit and then getting the benefit as an employee as low as possible. So actually, any of our bikes can be returned for any reason at any point of the contract for a quite small fixed fee. So as an employer, you don't really have any excuse not to offer it, because it's extremely affordable to offer the benefit to your employees. And, if your employees change jobs or something happens, you can always return the bike. You're never in the situation that you have, 50 bicycles in your basement and you don't know what to do with them. And at the same time, especially e-bikes are like super exciting for people, and they want to try it out. But with our service, you don't have the problem that, okay, if I get an e-bike and then I don't use it, will I end up with a 3-year contract and I'm stuck with the bike? No, you can return it to us. And then again, we refurbish the returning bikes, and then we provide them through our pre-cycled web store to new users. So we also want to make sure that all of those bikes are actually used, because I would be annoyed if I would know that we have 500 bikes somewhere that no one is using them. Bicycles need to be ridden to make any positive impact. So this is something that differentiates us. So it's so easy to return the bikes. We are very efficient on releasing them to new users. And this also aligns perfectly, with the circular economy logic. And I'm very excited about the business model that we have here.
Because I guess I'm guessing you are owning those bikes, right? So they when you get some bikes in return, you can fix them up and put them back into the like the circle.
Yeah, most of the bikes are on our own balance sheet, so we actually own them. And yeah, so there's a quite big interest also on our side to provide quality bikes to our customers, because we want the bikes to have a very long life. So that's actually an additional benefit from our operating system, is that we only deal with quality bikes. If you get a bike through Vapaus, you can trust that it's a quality bike, and it can be maintained for 5, 6, 7 even years, or even more.
Yeah, and I love this business model, like as a product as a service, or bike as a service, because that's a good incentive to have quality products, to take care of these products. And so it's great for the planet, so we are not throwing away old bikes, or putting them into a garbage somewhere. So it's super interesting. So Miko, what's your roadmap with Vapaus, and what has been your biggest roadblocks so far?
Yeah, we have, from the start, we wanted to build an international, even global, cycling company. So we started in Finland, and we wanted to expand to other parts of Europe quite rapidly. But our growth actually caught us off guard. The growth was so fast that the Finnish market was basically sucking all the capital that we had. So that was surprising to see that the growth took off so quickly that we actually needed to postpone our international expansion for a while. So actually financing the bicycles has been, I think, one of the biggest issues for a very long time, because if you go to a bank and say that, hey, I would like to have 50 million euros for this bicycle fleet, and then you explain that, hey, all those bicycles can be returned at any point.
Yeah.
the bank is going to think that, oh, you're crazy, because we want to have a business and securities that if we give you those 50 million euros, you can pay us back. So it took us quite a while to prove the financiers that we can run this business, and we can actually manage that risk of those returning bikes. And now we have the data, now we have the track record that yes, we can do it. Because first of all, we make sure that everyone gets a nice quality bike, so actually the return numbers are quite low. And then again, we have proven that we're very efficient on refurbishing and then finding a new user for the bike. So we all have all that data available already. So financing has definitely been the thing that has been slowing us down so far. And actually, it's also that was really big surprise for me, is that a lot of the financiers, a lot of the banks, they know cars already. They have tens of years, even hundreds of years of data, that how does the value of a car go, and up and down, and how do they get their money back. But bicycles are kind of like a new asset class to a lot of banks. So that has been also a big thing, that we need to deliver the data to our financiers, so they will be happy and happy to support us in the future. And we got some big news right now that we managed to secure like a 50 million euro loan, which is like a first installment of a bigger arrangement that we are now working with this Norion Bank, and they have been fantastic to support us in our future to actually expand in Finland and Sweden and even beyond. So
Nice.
that was a big thing for us.
So big message here. It's like even when traditional banks are, not cooperating, you can still have faith and find, you just need one bank that is kind of more open and find a great deal with one of them. Interesting.
Yeah.
Super.
It was kind of like a hustle to get all the way here. We needed to find like, where do we get the money for this and that? But now with the few years under our belts, at least this thing will get easier, but I know we will have a lot of other problems in the future. But well, that's what building a business is.
Yes.
It's about solving problems. So
it's always good to have problems. It means you are doing something, like worth fighting for. And Miko, quick question, because how listeners can help you out?
Well, first of all, now that we are expanding all around Europe, I would say that, if you are like a keen cyclist or you are in the bicycle business, then definitely, reach out to me. I think LinkedIn is the channel that I use the most. So find me from LinkedIn and let's chat. I've met so many fantastic people all around Europe in the past few months, discussing bicycles and the bicycle business in different countries. So yeah, find me from LinkedIn and let's chat. And obviously, if you want to have this sort of benefit in your company, then hey, reach out to your HR and say that, is there a way that our company could actually also provide this benefit bicycles? Because a lot of companies already have something on cars. A lot of companies already have something on public transport. But for a very long time, there was a period where there was nothing if you were actually a cyclist. So that's something that, hey, all you cyclists, just keep the noise up. So
for sure, and hopefully we will. Hopefully you will be in Paris soon, and I will make you an introduction to Google.
Yes.
and Miko, so quick question: any recommendation to anyone willing to start a sustainability-related professional move?
Yeah, that is kind of like a difficult question, because I think there's like so many ways that you can get into like sustainability related jobs. First of all, everyone knows what's happening with the climate change right now. So you can also see what's happening in the startup scene. You can really see that there's so many companies who are actually popping up trying to solve the issue. So it doesn't really matter what's your background, if it's in sales, marketing, technology, sustainability, accounting, whatever. There will definitely be opportunities for you to, move into a company that has worked somehow with sustainability. So I think the biggest thing for you, anyone who wants to work in sustainability, is to really think that what is the path that you want to choose. Are you going to choose the path that is difficult, that you try to transform the old business into something that is really not just sustainable, but has positive net impact? Or do you want to go straight for the positive impact? Because there's like a clear difference between working in a sustainability in, let's say, landmines. You can be the most sustainable landmine company in the world, but it's still kind of like questionable that what is the positive impact that you have. Or like you can work in a company like Vapaus, where it's clear that every person that we actually get ride a bicycle will make that person healthier, and it will also reduce emissions. We actually do have the data to prove that. So
Super.
Yeah.
Yes, super interesting. Thanks for sharing, Miko. And one thing, so at Pricing for the Planet, we are convinced that actually being more sustainable, we go through or will require more education. Like, is it something that you can see in your everyday life? You know, more educated people around sustainability will help, or do you have any advice on actually resources around, you know, education related to sustainability?
I would basically claim that in the case of cycling, we don't really need more education, because like anyone out there, if like you're listening to this podcast right now and you didn't know that cycling is good for your health and it's like a zero emission mobility, then shoot me an email and I will definitely give you like a gift back in the mail or something. So I think what we really need here is like more momentum. So, like for example, if you haven't yet tried an e-bike, definitely go into your like local shop and try it out, because it's amazing. Everyone who tries e-bike for the first time in their lives comes back with a huge smile on their face, because you know the feeling is just so amazing though. So I would just say that, hey, go and try it out. Have these discussions in your like workplaces as well, that hey, commuting and moving mobility is actually a big part of emissions into any knowledge incentive intensive uh, workplace at least. Then is there something that you could do to support that? So I think we need more momentum. We need like more concrete actions, and I think the best action is that you just go and try e-bike yourself, because that will make you a believer instantly.
Here we go. So key message: go try an e-bike.
Yes.
And Miko, that's probably my favorite question to ask. It's almost like a philosophical question. So, what is one thing that most people think they are right about, but in reality, they are mistaken?
Yeah, I would say that the most common excuse that I hear that I can't cycle is because I have a family, I have a long commute, I need to do groceries and everything, so I need to take the car. That's what I hear like so often, and I think there's like a few things which are very wrong with this statement. First one is that no one is saying that you need to replace your car like completely if you start cycling. So you don't need to sell it. I actually still have a car as well, even though I use it quite seldom. But just keep, adding trip here and there, and it will definitely fit your lifestyle as well. Because what I want to tell everyone is that if you travel every trip that you do with a car, the going to the gym or body pump a couple of times a week is just not good enough to keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We need to, our biology as human beings has not caught up with the fact that now we sit at work, we sit in a car, we sit in front of the TV, and we need to get moving. So start with something little. Maybe it's a bicycle. Maybe it's just like adding another 1,000 steps into your day. And I'm 100% sure that you can squeeze a little, more activity in your daily life, even if you have a family, even if you have a long commute, even if you have to do groceries. So step by step, and you'll get there. There is no way, no excuse not to try and give it a go.
Perfect, Miko. Super clear. And again, thank you so much for all your insights and stories. I really love the story of Vapaus. Again, so if the audience or if the listeners, if they want to follow you, they can check Vapaus on LinkedIn. They can check Miko. I will add your LinkedIn profile into the description as well. And if you want to continue the learning journey with Pricing for the Planet, you can go on our platform. It's on our website, www.pricingfortheplanet.com. We have a free newsletters called the Biweekly Digest, and you can keep having those kind of like insights and stories like the one we just did with Miko about the intersection of business and sustainability. Miko, again, thank you so much. Let me know next year when you are in Paris.
Thank you so much. I'll definitely give you a holler then. So we'll go have a lunch or maybe a bicycle trip.
Absolutely. All right, listeners, thanks again for your time and interest. Be well.